Hello friends. Welcome back to my channel. In this video we will learn some facts about the world-famous character who is known as Santa Claus. So, stay tuned to learn more about him. And please hit that like button so that these videos can reach others. So without further delay, let's get started. There is a rich history of Christmas customs around Santa Claus, also referred to as Saint Nicholas or Kris Kringle. Although his legend dates back to the 3rd century, when Saint Nicholas lived on Earth and became the patron saint of children, today's version of him is primarily associated with the cheerful guy in red who delivers toys to good girls and boys on Christmas Eve. See how two New Yorkers, Clement and Thomas Nast, had a significant impact on the Santa Claus that millions of children look forward to every Christmas Eve. Learn more about the history of Santa Claus, from his humble beginnings to the modern-day Santas found in shopping malls. Saint Nicholas, a priest, is credited with creating the Santa Claus myth hundreds of years ago. It is thought that Nicholas was born at Patara, close to Myra, in what is now modern-day Turkey, sometime around the year 280. Much loved for his generosity and devotion, Saint Nicholas became the focus of several folktales. He allegedly gave away all of his inherited fortune and helped the ill and impoverished while touring the countryside. One of the most well-known legends about Saint Nicholas is the tale of how he gave 3 impoverished sisters a dowry so they could get married and prevented them from being sold into slavery or prostitution by their father. Nicholas gained notoriety throughout the years and earned a reputation as the protector of seafarers and children. On December 6th, the anniversary of his passing, is observed as his feast day. Traditionally, this was thought to be a fortunate day for marriage or major purchases. Saint Nicholas was the most well-liked saint in Europe by the Renaissance. Saint Nicholas remained well-liked, particularly in Holland, even during the Protestant Reformation, when saint adoration started to decline. Towards the close of the 18th century, Saint Nicholas first appeared in American popular culture. A New York newspaper stated that Dutch families had congregated to commemorate his death anniversary in December 1773 and again in 1774. Sinterklaas, a shortened version of Sint Nicolaas, Nick's Dutch nickname, which means Saint Nicholas, became the source of the term Santa Claus. At the annual meeting of the New York Historical Society in 1804, John Pinted, a member of the organization, presented woodcuts of Saint Nicholas. The engraving's background features imagery of Santa that are now well known, such as fruit hanging over a fireplace and stockings full of goodies. When Washington Irving mentioned Saint Nicholas as New York's patron saint in his book The History of New York in 1809, it contributed to the spread of the Sinterklaas legends. As Sinterklaas gained notoriety, he was characterized as everything from a rascal with a red waistcoat, yellow stockings, and a blue 3-cornered hat to a man sporting a broad-brimmed hat and a huge pair of Flemish trunk hose. Since the holiday's revival in the early 19th century, gift-giving, which is mostly focused on children, has played a significant role in the Christmas celebration. Retailers started promoting Christmas shopping around 1820, and newspapers started setting aside special sections for these ads by the 1840s. These ads frequently included pictures of the recently popular Santa Claus. A life-size model of Santa Claus drew thousands of children to a Philadelphia store in 1841. It was only a matter of time until parents and kids started flocking to stores in hopes of catching a glimpse of a live Santa Claus. The Salvation Army needed funds in the early 1890s in order to cover the cost of the free Christmas dinners they gave to families in need. They started putting on Santa Claus outfits for jobless males and sent them around New York City streets to beg for money. Since then, those well-known Salvation Army Santas have been ringing bells on city street corners across America. Kris Kringle, who starred in the 1947 classic Santa Claus film Miracle on 34th Street, is arguably the most renowned department store Santa. Natalie Wood in her youth portrayed a small child who accepts Kris Kringle's, Edward Gwen, Oscar winner, claim that he is the genuine Santa Claus. In the 1994 remake of Miracle on 34th Street, Mara Wilson and Lord Richard Attenborough appeared. Since the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade first took place in 1924, the Macy's Santa has participated in nearly every event. Fans of all ages still queue up to see the Macy's Santa in New York City and at various locations across the nation, where kids can snap selfies with him and tell him what they want for Christmas. The task of fitting French children's shoes falls to Père Noël. There is a tale in Italy about a nice witch named La Befana who delivers toys into the stockings of fortunate children by riding a broomstick down the chimneys of Italian homes. In American popular culture, Santa Claus is frequently portrayed as taking flight on Christmas Eve to give toys to children from one house to another. Alongside his most well-known reindeer, Rudolph, he soars on his magic sleigh pulled by his other reindeer, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. Because Santa comes into every house through the chimney, empty Christmas stockings, which were originally empty socks but are now frequently specially crafted stockings for the holiday, are hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there, as Clement put it in his well-known poem. Stockings can be stuffed with little toys or candies like candy canes. On Christmas Eve, kids write letters to Santa and follow his journey across the globe. Santa Claus and his spouse, Mrs. Claus, reside at the North Pole. On Christmas Eve, kids usually leave carrots for Santa's reindeer and cookies and milk for Santa. In order to decide who deserves gifts on Christmas morning, Santa Claus maintains a naughty list and a nice list. Parents frequently refer to these lists to make sure their kids are acting appropriately. The 1934 Christmas song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, immortalizes the lists. He's making a list. And checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake.